I want to take a minute here to get a little bit personal with you guys about this. So let me first off move this mic a little closer. I just wanted to say I'm probably only alive because God has let me live. Now, I know at first it's going to sound a little odd, but I should have died multiple times in my life. Like, literally, the shit that I've lived through should have just fucking killed me. It should have. It should have. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into the physical time, like where, there was a time when I was younger where I was riding on a bike and, well, as per usual, let me just give a quick backstory. So, my parents and I and my sister were riding on this bike trail and my tire popped, so my dad gave me his bike. Now, obviously, somebody who's 6'2", right, giving their bike to somebody who, I don't even know how fucking old I was. I might have been like 12. So I didn't even like hit puberty yet. So you could imagine I'm probably like 4 foot tall, right? Like 4'6", 4'8", somewhere in there, 5 foot tall. Yeah, so I can't touch the fucking ground. And I'm riding the bike along this trail, and of course there's a gorge off to our right and a mountain to our left, and I hit a stick, and I should have went down, and I should have died. But I didn't. I was smart enough to put the bike between the trees. But really, I don't entirely attribute that to, God saving me. I mean, I'm sure he probably did, but the times where I'm thinking of where I should have died are like actually so insane. So insane. Like just recently in the past like 6 years, I've had some insane, like absolutely insane shit happen to me. When I was younger, sure, I was getting on roofs and doing whatever. But like, and I'm talking like when I was like a teenager, like I was okay with like, I'm a little scared of heights, but realistically, yes, I was like, okay, I can trust in myself to not fall off and yada, yada, yada. But like, I've had really 3 or 4 major things that have happened to me. Just, like I said, in the past 5-6 years. I hit my back. Oh my God, I don't even know how long ago this was now. I mean, I sort of said it in another video where like I hit my back and I had to go to therapy, which is why my mom even knows about the physical therapy place. But I hit my back on this step. So it was actually New Year's Day. I was taking some friend's band equipment up to another friend's house and I slipped and I fell. And I landed on a step, and at first I was like, damn, that hurt. But a couple days went by, and dude, it started swelling. And it turns out I had bruised lungs, bruised heart, and a chest contusion. And like there were times during that where like afterwards where like I was getting like atrophy, like muscle atrophy. Everything was locking up. I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't like get out of bed to like get up to breathe. Or like there were times where I was like, I'm going to pass out and die. Like this is just it. And every time, that I thought I was going to die, I've been saved. I mean, it's so insane. Like, I'm really not doing it justice. How ridiculous. I mean, literally that shit was going on for fucking months, dude, where like, I'd be fine one day and the next day I'd be like, wow, this is just the worst pain ever. And sometimes I still have that back issue. It's very rare anymore. It's usually if I'm doing a lot of cardio or I'm lifting a real heavy weight for a while. But then I had Lyme's disease recently within the past 2 years. Or actually I think it was within the past year. And that shit fucked me up. I waited too long. I thought that I just had like a common cold. I didn't realize a tick bit me. There was no ring, no ring around it. And I went to the hospital. My lymph nodes were swollen. I couldn't breathe. I basically couldn't swallow. And sure, they gave me medication, but ultimately it comes down to Christ saving you. Like whether he's going to let you live. And, that was insane because the whole time while I'm in the hospital they're not feeding me solid food. They're feeding me liquids. And like literally I was like shaking from not being able to eat. And I was like delirious. I had like they gave me Benadryl and I didn't know what the Hat Man was, but like I saw the Hat Man He had like long fingers, and he had like a cartoon, like he had like the cartoon eyes from the 30s where like it's a pizza, you know, and then they have like the cutout wedge. That's what his eyes looked like. And then I saw like maggots going from like one person's ear to another. And then I really should write this down. I saw like symbols in my vision that were like, it almost looked like the Call of Duty Black Ops guns. You know, when you pack-a-punch them, they have that like sort of circuit board look. It was like that, but it was much closer to like even like the Shadows of Evil symbols and shit. It was kind of crazy. And I haven't fucking played that game in forever, so I don't know what I was seeing, but it was all like connected within like circles, and there were lines drawn amongst each other. It was crazy. I was really seeing some crazy shit, and they looked like neon. Like the whole thing in my vision was like burned into my vision, and it was like sort of like a low neon where it's like that deep red, but yet it's orange. Yeah, so that was kind of insane. Yeah, and then like I said, like I should have died. And then, just recently in February, I was having thyroid problems. I don't know what kind of sickness I had, but literally, like, my sweat smelled like sweet. Like, every part of my body, like, my hormones were just insane. They were just insane. And I'm pretty sure I had, I think it's called thyroid storm, where, like, dude, I've never had, like, a stronger headache, and my neck was fucking hurting from it throbbing. And thyroid storm will fucking kill you. Right? It will kill you. And, I didn't die. I literally, like, it was just insane. I should have died. I should have died many a times in my life. And what's funny is every time that I've been like, I'm going to die, right? I'm not even kidding. Because I told you I learned the gospel maybe like 4 years ago or so. So, like, the times before that, I was like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. But, like, now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, you know what? If it's your will that I die, so be it. But I'm still going to love you, right? Like, I said that. It's kind of, I don't want to say embarrassing of me to say it out loud, but like, it's not embarrassing. What it is like, I probably shouldn't be sharing the conversations that I have with God, and I won't share everyone just because what stays between me and him is personal. But also, like, this should be something that maybe you should think about too, where, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? If you save me, I'll love you. And if I die, I'll still love you, because I know that you love me more than I could ever possibly love you. And literally every time I've done that, and I'm not searching to get out of it either. Like, I'm not searching for a way to get out of death. I'm just like, you know what? If I die, I love you, and I know you love me more than I could ever love you back, so why would I withhold my love if I die? Like, that just seems so silly, right? So, and every time I've done that prayer, I've lived. I mean, literally, like, I feel like I literally get healthier within a second. It is so insane, and it's not even like a placebo effect thing. I mean, literally, like, the time when I had Lyme's disease, I told you, I was shaking. Like, I've had Lyme's disease since I've been 6, or I was 6. So, I'm allergic to fruits and vegetables and shit, and there's a lot of health complications with that. But, like, I've only ever really remembered my life having Lyme's disease, so I'm not even, I can't remember a time when I didn't have it. But, yeah, like, I had it again, or I got it again last summer. And I couldn't eat anything, right? Like, they were just giving me liquids, and then they gave me fucking, like, I was basically getting IV dripped everything and hard drugs, right? And then, they gave me fucking laxative, and I was like, this is the worst pain ever. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Like, whatever. And literally, I will never forget this. The night nurse was actually so chill. I feel so bad because I was in a loopy, delirious state where I was like, low-key, I'm going to fucking kill you. But, at the same time, I was like, you know what? He's just doing his job. It's what the higher-ups have told him. And he's very nice to me. He's been nice to me every single time. So I really shouldn't be getting aggravated right now. That kind of shit. So, yeah, I really will never forget him. He was great. He was an awesome man. And so were some other nurses during the day. They were awesome too. I'd really like to thank them. And I've wanted to thank them for a while. I just, it's hard to, I want to give them money because they're so cool, and like, and maybe that'll actually help them in their life. Where the fuck was I going with that? Oh yeah, the time when I had thyroid storm. Like, my family has a history of thyroid problems. So, I'm like, I'm going to die here. I'm going to die here on the couch in my living room, and this pain is unbearable. And like I said then, I was like, I love you. Even if I die, I'm going to love you. So, and I know this isn't like, it's a grand plan. If I die for the grand plan, or if it's necessary for me to die at this time so that things can be set in motion so that other things can happen for other people, I'm fine with that, because it's working within the confines of it being good, not bad. So, I'm okay with that. And every time I've said that I am going to die, he saves me. So maybe I'm not destined for death just yet. Right? And I don't mean destined as a sense of like there's a destiny for it. No. I mean in the sense of, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So maybe it's not my time yet. And maybe there's a lot I still have left to do. Now, granted, yes, Christ has done the work on the cross, but what I mean is, like, there are things that need to be set in motion and I need to do them. Now, once again, I can either choose whether I need to do them or I should do them or whatever. But like, I want to do them because I've been given the renewed life, right? So I know that's sort of an odd topic or a sort of an odd conversation here, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I should have died. Many a times I should have died, and I've been saved every single goddamn time. Every time. Now, granted, yes, the people around me have helped me, but whether my body gives out at that moment or continues to live is solely dependent upon God. That is solely dependent upon God. So, yeah. You know what? I don't think it's my time yet then. Right? I mean, there must be something more that I must be doing. And maybe it's, oddly enough, maybe it's this channel, or maybe it's talking to one of you, or, maybe it's something else down the pike I can't see yet. I don't know. But I'm putting my faith in Christ that, whatever it is, I suppose I'm ready for it. Yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I didn't forget a whole lot. So have a good rest of your day.